Jones, 3204, tweets at Jim Rome. Kirk Ferentz is a bag. Don't make me relive that choke job from Saturday. Ice Ferentz instead. I can't help you with that, all right? He made that decision. You may think he's a bag, and you might even be right. And that did kill them, but I can't protect you from that. I'll try and stay away from that if I can, though. So Darren Sproles may have put that game to bed, but it wasn't really finished until we sat through the obnoxious ritual that needs to be dead. Every year now, I hope that icing the kicker is something that just goes away. And every single year, I'm disappointed. NFL head coaches hovering over the referee's shoulder to sniper the kicker with a timeout. It is so lame and so bush and so useless. And last night might have been the most pointless icing I have ever seen.
This is going to be a 36-yard field goal for the game. For the game. Donnie Jones is the holder. The ball is spotted. The kick is up. It is good! It is good, and the Eagles win! Cody Parkey wins it!
Indianapolis called their third and final charge timeout.
Listen,
to the snap.
The field is covered with people. And now the officials are trying to clear the field, saying that Indianapolis called the timeout prior to the ball being snapped.
That is unbelievable.
It's infuriating. A really dignified way to end an NFL game. Two sidelines, swarming the field, shaking hands, getting halfway to the showers before the referees start wheezing on their whistles and make them all retreat to watch a re-kick. Icing is some lame, corny parlor trick. The stats show that it doesn't work. And if it didn't work against a rookie kicker attempting his first game winner like Philadelphia's Cody Parkey, it's not going to work against anybody. Not that it didn't make any difference, though. I'll grant you that, because it did. Because his second kick was actually a few inches straighter when it split the uprights for the win.
The ball is spotted. The kick is up.
What a moment.
It's good! And the Eagles win! Cody Parkey wins the game with a field goal!
Twice.
30-27 as the Eagles...
And the reason his kick was a little better the second time is because he got a practice kick 1 minute earlier. These are professional kickers. They are not true freshmen. They're not going to bug out because you called a timeout. The only time icing the kicker is enjoyable are those rare times when the dude misses the first kick and makes the second kick, and the coach ices his own team into a loss. That's now known as the Kirk Ferentz maneuver.
42-yard attempt. Snap and hold are good, and there's a whistle, I believe, before the kick. The kick was no good, but I think Kirk Ferentz used his timeout. He did. Timeout, Iowa. The kick was missed, but it doesn't count.
Was going to happen.
Snap and hold are good again. This time it is right down the middle. 2 seconds to go. And the Cyclones are 2 seconds away from winning.
You imagine that kicker's like, yeah, I did kind of push that one. Hey, coach, give me another shot. It'd be like dropping a ball in the tee box, another ball in the tee box. It'd be like Joakim Noah or Carl Lewis throwing the first pitch in the dirt and getting a second shot. There are no second shots unless dumb coaches try to, quote, ice the kicker. You know what, though? Go ahead. They let Ferentz do that against his rival and lose the game because of it. But leave that schlock to college. Leave icing to the NHL. And either use that timeout earlier or just walk off the field with it still in your pockets. The Shield needs to stab Icing the Kicker with an ice pick. You want to make the game better? You want to make the game more watchable? Get rid of that. It is so lame and played and tired and Bush and schlocky. Leave that to Ferentz. You know, a terrible college team with a totally overrated head coach, fine. But not the NFL. That is so beneath the NFL. I can't believe that goes on in the NFL still. I mean, sure, Iowa, of course. I'd expect that from Iowa against their rival in a loss. That's very Iowa of them. But I don't need to see that in the NFL. Iowa, sure. It is what it is. It's Iowa. It's Iowa football. You come to expect that. The pink locker rooms, the icing the kicker. That's Iowa football. You don't see that in the NFL, or you shouldn't. You should not see that in the NFL. Email number 1. Hey, Romy. I believe the icing the kicker parlor trick was first architected by Rat Family elite member Mike Shanahan. How fitting. All right, first of all, there is no Rat Family. There's not. There may have been. There's not. He writes, war your take on Kirk Ferentz in Iowa. As a Hawkeye, this team has been so frustrating. They should never lose to an 0-2 Iowa State team, ever. And his conservative coaching always leads to losses every year to below average teams. Pretty much. They've lost 3 of the last 4. 3 of the last 4 to Iowa State. That can't happen if you're Iowa. But it has. And what do you have to do if you're that guy? You need to contend for conference championships. You need to be in the hunt for a national championship once in a while. And most of all, you need to beat your rival more than you lose to your rival if you want to keep your job. And never mind getting a call from the NFL, which is never going to happen. But if you want to at least keep what you have and forget about that NFL pipe dream, you better at least beat your rival. And that's not happening. Losses to Northern Illinois, Central Michigan, Northwestern. NFL. How you going to keep the job you have losing games like that? Icing the kicker and having it come back to bite you in the ass. Believe me, if I wanted to read emails from disgruntled Iowa Hawkeye fans, I could do that for the next 5 hours. Except I'm doing a national show here, so I'm not going to.